this week I thought I would do a 1.5 fret lesson for you. And next week will be the same lesson, but without the 1.5, okay? So we've got room for everybody here, but here's what we're gonna do today. So just take a listen. Okay, so all I'm doing here basically is I'm just doing a D chord, transitioning into a G chord and back to a D chord. All right, but I'm doing a little more. This is just an easy little transition. The only reason I wanted to show you this is just to give you some ideas about finger positioning when you're doing this, because I get a lot of people, I don't know if that surprises you or not, but I get a lot of people that ask me about finger positioning, and I hope you realize this is just the way I do it, of course. And it may or may not work out for you, but I'm hoping maybe, you know, you might get some tips from it and enjoy it. So I like to do my D chord as a 2-finger, just because I like the sound of it. It's just a fuller sound. And I do this over the 3-finger because I like 2-finger chords. They're easier to do. And I also heard that the Dulcimer wizard, David Schnoffer, often would play things leaving one string open. And I think, obviously, that was a really good idea. So you've always got that one string ringing. But so anyway, I like the 2-finger, and I use my middle and my ring finger to do it. And I do that for multiple reasons. The main reason I do it is so that I still have these 2 suckers over here on either side and this that I can do things with, all right? So I like to transition into a D7 chord from a D on some songs. It really is nice when you're going to that G and you can go to the D and then the D7. Sounds really good, okay? And so when I want to do the D7 chord, which we know is our 1.5 fret of our middle and our 2nd fret of our melody to get the D7, I'll do that so that I slide this over, and I just slide it over enough that I can just bring down that index finger. I hope you saw that. So from here, using my middle at the 3rd fret of the middle string and my ring at the 2nd fret of our melody string, if I slide that puppy down 2 frets, 1, 2, my index finger is just right there, perfect for that D7, okay? And it leaves my ring finger ready to go on the G chord as well, all right? So that's the first move, 2 frets. Here's the next move, ready? So my ring finger is right there ready to go. Now, if you have a larger VSL, you may not be able to stretch that far. So you may want to bring in that thumb and use the thumb and the ring or some other combination, or you may want to use the pinky. I'm starting to use my pinky more. I'm trying to anyway. I just feel like my pinky is overly short. Maybe that's not true, but boy, it sure feels that way when I try to use it more. But anyway, so we've got our D, our slide into our D7, and our just our tiny little shift into our G. And then if we slide that up from here 2 frets, that just perfectly puts us into that nice sounding, I know that's a chord. It's a partial G chord, you see. Our full G here would be that, but remember, I like the 2-finger chords. We were using that B note that we used right here. So if we just want to, and what happens is, if you're not doing fast changes, so you've got a little bit of space to use that D chord, then you can try throwing in that D7 and see how it sounds when you're going to your G. And when you're coming back out of your G back to your D, try moving it up here and hear what that sounds like as well. In other words, you don't have to play your stagnant chords. Right? We can move them around. But I hope you enjoy that little movement there. You can see the best possible thing you can do for yourself if you want to improve speed and all that smoothness is figure out these positions that are going to be the least amount of movement for you. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got something out of that, and we'll see you next week, and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it in another spot, and that's for those without the 1.5 fret. Okay? See you next week.